Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the comedy extravaganza that is The Adventures of E. Strap yourselves in because in this podcast we dive into hilarious personal stories, mishaps, and everyday life. From the awkward encounters at the grocery store to trying to adult in a world that seems determined to trip us up at every turn. So whether you're listening during your commute or just kicking back with a cup of coffee, get ready to laugh until your sides hurt. Here's your host, Elissa.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Hello.
It's me, your host, Elissa, and...
The semi-famous co-host,
why?
producer.
It's weird. That's a weird new tagline you got going on.
I don't know. I'm just the co-host. I'm just hanging out, chilling with the wife.
You sound so excited about that.
I am very excited. I'm very excited every time we do a podcast.
Are you?
Yeah, it's rather cathartic, and it
It's always interesting, for sure.
It allows us some different things to talk about. It opens up some different perspectives sometimes, and we have a lot of fun when we have people on too, and do that kind of thing.
We do.
So speaking of which, we have somebody special coming. You know him.
You love him.
Tommy T-Rex. He's coming in a future episode. We've got him scheduled. So
Yeah. Also, I don't think I had told you yet.
Told me or the listeners?
Anybody.
Oh,
you
okay.
or them, really. So I got a text recently from an old coworker.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely love her. Her name's Amy. She's an avid listener.
Hi, Amy.
Anyway, she said, hey, you might get a phone call or a text from this name and this name. She said, I met them, and they are both paranormal investigators in Indiana.
Oh.
And I kind of told them about you and your experiences and your podcast, and they might reach out and want to be on. And I was like, hell yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So now I'm just waiting.
Yeah. So whoever you are, message us.
Anyway, why do you say it all weird?
I don't know. They're paranormal investigators. Like, do.
Oh, okay. I don't think they would appreciate that.
I'm messing around. God.
But anyway, so what do we got going on new? What do you got going on new? Anything?
Just working all the time.
Same.
Yeah. That's really about it. I mean, working on the house. It's finally starting to warm up, so,
Indiana weather is psychopathic.
Yeah. So Mr. Green Thumb here.
Plant daddy.
Yeah, Plant Daddy.
Plant daddy Jason.
Gets to start going out and, working in the landscape and making the house pretty for the season and,
And I get to enjoy it.
Yeah, trying to keep dirt from tearing shit up.
Did we talk about the last time about every, now power recliner in our house she's killed?
I think we touched on it, like her wanting to eat, all the electrical cords she could find. I think she has an electric shock fetish.
Well, it's officially happened. She shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because she chewed my chair.
Mm-hmm.
And I bent down to look at the wiring, and I shocked the fuck out of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So Jason had to build these weird ass borders with wood around all of our furniture now.
Yep. I even fabricated a special metal bracket to go on the back of my chair.
And that's why it clinks now like a roller coaster.
Yeah, I need to bend it.
It's terrible.
I know. But we're probably going to get rid of the chair, let's be honest. I mean, it's been beat to hell, and it's probably time for something that's a non-power recliner.
Oh, yeah? Right. We've had that stage in our life?
Well, I like the power recliner. Don't get me wrong. However, the one gripe I've always had is how long it takes to sit up. You're like, oh, I got to get up and go to the bathroom. Or, oh, I got to go let the dogs out. Me. Hold on, I'm coming. Me. It just takes forever. Whereas a normal recliner, you flip it down. You flip it down.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Jason just made it.
You're welcome.
But
a normal recliner, you just kick it down and go. So that's the one thing I do miss is being able to just get up and go.
I think that we should get a U-shaped couch. I really do. I think that'd be awesome.
So then what are we going to do with the rest of the furniture we have?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Minor details.
Oh, Jesus.
Speaking of minor details.
I love how you just skip over that. You're like, it's a great idea. Just listen to me. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We always do, don't we?
We do. Or I do.
Hey, I hope.
I know. I'm just
Speaking of, I bought probably one of the best purchases in my sleep recently.
over and above the T-Rex costume?
Yeah. I don't know if we had that conversation
About the
or
T-Rex
not.
costume?
No. I bought Bert tickets.
Wait a second. You were awake.
No,
you
I
were
wasn't.
texting me.
No, I was not.
Are you shitting me?
Swear to God. That's why later on, when I looked through our text messages, I was like, I don't know where that's at. I don't know what section that is. I don't know where we're sitting.
Yeah, you were texting me and were like, yeah, here's the different seats we get to sit in. And I was like, yeah, if you want to go, let's go. Get the tickets or whatever.
And I was like, they're already bought. I was not awake.
Okay. So I feel like we're reverting back a few years.
Well, it's not Chanel, at least.
You know what? Just expensive ass Burt Kreischer tickets. Actually, they weren't bad. They were like $60 a piece or something.
Yeah,
like that.
they weren't bad at all. But yeah, that's why when you were like, so where are we going?
10-year anniversary. We're circling back all the way to the beginning.
Like lamb chop. No, that's the song that doesn't end. That's not the other one.
Which song?
I don't know what I'm thinking. Never mind. I'm clearly not.
Are we talking like Muppets or?
I don't know.
Well, Kermit the Frog here.
No, but remember earlier, Mom got real upset about us going, Brenda? She goes, you're making fun of me. I was like, actually, we're not.
No.
And then she goes, what'd she say?
I don't know.
And then she goes, work or furk or something like that.
Yeah, she couldn't enunciate
And then turned into the chef from the Muppets.
Yeah. Her. But, yeah, so Tom, we'll have to be better about going, Brenda?
Yeah, it hurts her feelings, apparently.
Even though we had a conversation with her and explained to her that, we're not making fun of her, we're having fun with her.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of Tom, what happened? What happened this past week with Tom?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
No, it wasn't.
What are you talking about?
The phone call.
No, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. You've slept a lot since then.
Wow.
And worked a lot. Yeah. But no, this week, because he ordered our awesome handmade shirts and he modeled it for us and took a picture. It was mostly like his chin and titty section right here for the logo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Weird. Okay.
But he was super excited. Him and Paige were rocking them.
Yeah, he let Jason know about our last episode.
Okay, so yeah, I was at work. It's towards the end of the day. And I'm up talking to my boss. We're going over something, and it's actually kind of important.
And I have no idea, by the way.
Right, yeah. And I keep getting a FaceTime call, and my phone keeps going off, and I see it's like a joint FaceTime call, and it's you and Tom. And I'm like...
Well, he said, somebody needs to FaceTime me right now.
Yeah.
And I thought something was wrong. Well,
Right.
when you hit that, when you're in a group text and you hit the FaceTime.
It FaceTimes everybody.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's the first time I thought maybe I'd pick, but it didn't let me.
Yeah. So my phone keeps going off, and I have to, obviously ignore it because I'm in the middle of a meeting. And then I keep getting text messages and keep getting messages. I get out of the meeting, and I finally go outside, and I join this FaceTime conversation. And folks, this son of a bitch is blasting me for the camera angles. But not only the camera angles.
The face,
because I guess at the end of the episode, for those of you that made it all the way through our YouTube video episode of our last episode, I guess at the very end,
Tom,
it cuts away and I'm doing this.
Tom side sweeps his hair and goes,
Hey.
he goes, you posed for that, motherfucker.
And I
He
totally
goes,
didn't.
You posed for that because you're like, and then he ripped you a new one about me.
Well, and then he screenshotted the damn thing and sends it to me, and it's just me
Yeah.
frozen
And then
Yeah.
he tells you that how bad you've been doing me lately.
I know. And I was like, I can't help it. I've
The
been trying
lighting-
to fix the lights.
The lighting is shit. He said, you're looking like a sick Victorian child over there. And I said, it's the fucking lighting. He's got me out here looking like Uncle Fester.
All right. So everybody, comment, please. Hopefully the lighting on this episode is much better.
I hope so, because I'm tired of looking like Uncle Fester.
Well, I mean, you said you looked like Uncle Fester when you were riding the go-kart.
Well, because I had my jacket all up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why.
No, you're definitely not Uncle Fester.
Oh, well, thank you, honey.
You're Aunt Festina.
You're a dick.
I know.
Okay.
Love you.
Yeah, okay. Love you. If you can't make fun of each other, then why are you together?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that I can say we've always been really good at is like talking shit to one another and just having a good time and not really ever getting butthurt about anything.
Because if you do, my God.
Yeah.
We'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Is something pressing?
No, I was looking at my notes because I couldn't
gotcha.
remember what all I had put down. But
Gotcha.
hell, we've flown through half of them.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Swear.
All right.
Promise to Jesus.
All right.
I was speaking of. So I think I told you about my patient recently asking me about. Well, now I know he was asking me about God. But I was standing there and I was giving him his meds and we were talking about a med specifically and I was explaining it to him. And literally cut me off and said, "Do you know Jesus?" Just like that. And I'm so dumb. I panicked and I said, "The person?"
Not personally, no.
And then I didn't say anything and he didn't say anything and he was like, "Our Lord and Savior." And I was like, may not look like it, but I did grow up Pentecostal. I'm good.
Yeah. Hard pass.
Yeah, it was just weird. But
Hard pass.
do you know Jesus? The person?
I think it's more Jesus.
I mean, how are you supposed to reply to that? If somebody's not like clear, it could be a person.
Yeah. I mean,
Or it was a person?
I could have thought
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
How does that work?
He was a person.
Oh, okay.
But, it'd been funny if you would have just responded with something like, "Yeah, I kicked his ass in a bar fight last week." Just something along those lines, just to come back.
You know Jesus too?
Yeah. You mean Jesus?
He probably would have just looked at me like I was crazier than I was, but
Yeah, it's very possible.
what are you going to do,
It's very possible.
Super possible. It just got awkwardly silent in here.
Well, yeah. I mean, we haven't had a guest on in a while. We need to
do make that happen, which we are.
We need to make that happen.
We need to do make that happen.
There's our title.
Oh my gosh. You got me all self-conscious about that shit now.
I'm taking notes here. Yep. We need to make that happen. I like it.
We need to do make that happen.
I like it. So, yeah, we need to actually get some of your friends on that are out of state because we're fairly well set up to be able to do like Zoom calls and things like that. And
Yeah.
so.
The bad part is being a fucking adult.
Well, yeah.
Nobody's schedules line up.
How many people have we reached out to?
You know what, Jason? Why are you personally attacking me
I'm
right
not.
now?
I'm just asking you a question.
I feel personally attacked by Jason Dalton.
Okay, does Michelle listen?
I don't know if she does or not.
Well, Michelle should listen.
She should.
Yeah, she really should.
But let's be honest, all that girl does is work.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, to be fair.
Managing partner in a restaurant and like.
Amazing baker.
Yeah.
Extraordinaire wife.
Yeah.
Cat mom.
Yeah.
All the things.
Yeah. Living in, of all places, Iowa.
Hey, I really liked it there.
I know. It's pretty there in some places.
When we went to that really cool place, that like Art Deco place for brunch.
For brunch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The morning before we started trekking further into the unknown west.
Oh. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fun, but it was not that much fun. I would not want to. I don't really want to drive across country again.
I do. I want us to drive out to like Utah and Wyoming and Idaho. I think that'd be pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. It just makes me tired thinking about it.
Well, if you think about it, last time when we drove to Colorado and back, we took 10 days? We left on like a Friday and came back like a week and a half later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, half that was the drive.
But that's what I'm saying. If we were to take a legitimate 2 weeks and spend like a couple days in one place and a couple days in another place. And so we're not, constantly moving, getting out there.
That was, I think, what was so tiring.
Yeah.
We didn't stop for 3 days until we got there?
Yeah, we left on Friday, and then we got out to Iowa, out to Davenport, where I used to live.
And we
years
saw
ago.
Michelle.
Well, we stopped there that night to stay.
Yeah.
And we kind of went to dinner and did some things and whatnot. And then we got up the next morning and drove out to, what was it, Cedar Rapids? Or it wasn't Des Moines.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Was it Des Moines?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyways, so we drive out to the middle of Iowa and, have breakfast, brunch, lunch, whatever, and hang out for a couple hours. And then from there, we, head west and drove until probably, 7, 8 o'clock that night. We found a hotel and slept and stayed in a nice place and had a nice dinner. It was a really good dinner. And then got up the next morning and drove into northern Colorado.
Yeah.
And then, so that was Sunday morning. So yeah, we left here on Friday, and then on Sunday morning we were in Colorado. And to kill time, we kind of went shopping, and then we went to Denver and went to Union Station there.
That was really, I was going to say beautiful and pretty, and it was coming out pretty.
It's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
Hey, I like the word though.
I mean, it was fun.
Hey, you're really pretty.
You're pretty.
You're really pretty.
Okay.
I like it.
Don't make it weird.
I'm going to use that now.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, so we hung out in Denver for a few hours and then, drove the rest of the way down to Colorado Springs and Divide, where we stayed.
That was too high of an altitude.
Yeah. I mean, where we were staying was 9,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
And then.
You had to grab my jacket too when we were on Pikes Peak because I about went boo boo boo.
Yeah. You were struggling that day.
Oh man, that altitude
Well, I mean, that's over
killed me.
14,000 feet. Yeah.
It was awful.
It was beautiful, though.
It was beautiful, but it was awful.
It was beautiful. It was frigid.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
'Cause we went in February of all the times.
Yeah, the end of February. Yeah.
And there really were mountain goats, goats standing on the side of the mountain.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah, because we didn't drive up Pikes Peak. We took the
trolley.
the cog railway.
Yeah.
The one that's clink, 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 climbs up
But
the
it was
mountain.
really pretty.
Yeah, it was very pretty on the ride up. But it was interesting because you're literally reclined back climbing up the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And in this train car, which is just absolutely crazy. And then coming down, if you sit in the same seat, you're reclined going backwards.
Yeah,
so it
which we did.
Yeah, there were some people that started getting altitude sickness and, a little queasy because of the view and the angles and everything else. But it was very cool.
The goats cracked me up, though.
The goats were pretty cool.
Yeah. They look like the cartoon ones. Meh. That's not the sound they make at all, actually. I don't think that's it either.
I don't know.
Terrible.
But no, that was a good time. And then we had 4 or 5 days out there. And then on the drive back, we were just kind of done and tired. And we were just hammering it out.
We gotta go.
Yeah. The day we drove back, we drove across southern Colorado and came the south track back, up through Missouri and everything else.
There was nothing to see.
No, and the other shitty thing is all the planes and everything that were out in Colorado, it was fog.
Yeah.
We drove for 200 miles in nothing but zero visibility fog, and the fucking speed limit's 70 mile an hour on this backwoods country road. So I mean, there's no time to respond to anything out there.
He literally had my life in his hands, y'all.
Yeah, you slept a lot.
No, I didn't. I stayed awake almost the whole way home. I slept on the way there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Don't do
That
me
is
like
true.
that.
All right, fair enough. My bad.
God, you're brutal today.
I've slept since then. I'm sorry.
Clearly, Papa.
But no, that drive, once we did that and then we stopped and stayed a night, I was just all right, I'm good. Let's
just go home.
Yeah, let's get home. And we powered through and we drove 14 hours.
And you wanted to drive to Vegas, and I said, absolutely fucking not.
Well, I think, again, if you take the time, a 2-week round trip, I think it would be cool.
And then this motherfucker decided he was going to chart a private jet.
I looked at pricing because we talked about, we only have a 10-year anniversary once, and it's we're going to have 8 to 10 people potentially coming with us, right?
Right.
and we want to do it up. And we had talked about you and I at least flying first class. So I decided, okay, let's look at chartering a private jet from Muncie to Vegas, executive airport to executive airport. Let's see how much that is, just for shits and giggles. Because I'm like, if each first class ticket's, $1,000 to $1,200 a person, and it equates out that you can do a private jet for the same amount of money for all the people, why wouldn't you to have that kind of experience and that kind of privacy? And it'd be fun.
How much was it, Jason?
So
What had happened was
they don't actually allow you to price it until you create an online account with them.
Okay, so did you
and give them personal information.
Did you create it?
I sure as fuck did, because I was
did.
curious. I sure as fuck did.
Of course he did.
Yep. So I have a nice little. It's like a JetX account now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all, but I'm the spender.
No, but like here, obviously I didn't book anything because, when it comes back, the smallest, like you can't even get a twin prop to fly out there. It has to be like a Learjet. It has to be like a mid-sized jet, 10 passenger minimum, to fly that kind of distance. I'm like, all right, cool. $40,000 one way.
That was just for one way?
One way.
No way.
$40,000.
Jesus.
That was the smallest jet you could get. 40 grand. And it went up from there.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
So now if you have 40 people going, okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
But no, there's like
not
10
for
of
10
us.
people.
Yeah, not for 10 of us. No, hard pass.
No.
Or even if it was 10 people and it would have been like 15 grand or 18 grand or,
but if that had been both ways too, I feel like.
You know what? Honestly, for that kind of experience out, I would have probably just flown coach back, the trade-off, to have that kind of experience. Because when else are we going to be able to fly in a private jet?
I'm not on board with that one, but you go for it.
So
I'll upgrade.
But you know what? I am going to keep the JetX account, and here's the reason why. Because what happens if we want to just jump down to Tennessee for a weekend? I wonder how much that would be.
I don't know.
Because if that's cheap,
because
because of how close that flight is, instead of us driving and wasting 6 hours, we could hop on a plane here that's 10 minutes away from the house, fly down, rent a car.
I feel like
have a weekend.
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I mean, we'll calculate the expenses for fuel, the trade-off, the
killing
drive
me.
time, what our time's worth.
My heart is literally stopping as we speak.
No. Come on.
You're ridiculous.
You would be tickled shitless to be flying in a private jet.
Not for that amount of money. I
No.
I would be shitless for sure. Not
but,
tickled.
I mean, if we're going to spend for like 3 or 4 days for just driving for fuel, and it's like $500 to $1,000 just for that.
Time out. I have a legit question right now.
Okay.
Is this what we would call guy math? Is that what's happening here?
No, it's a legitimate trade-off.
Oh, it's legitimate math.
Yeah,
Okay.
legitimate math.
Well, I don't math, so I feel like you're using this against me.
So let's just lay it out real quick.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to make it
don't.
super easy.
I'm going to just disassociate.
I'm going to make it super easy. No. Lock it up. Lock it up. All right. Say round trip private jet tickets, a charter plane tickets for both of us is $2,000 round trip. Okay. Say our fuel expense, driving down and driving around and everything else for driving the truck or, your vehicle or whatnot, is $1,000. And then we have 6 hours, 6.5 hours one way, 6.5 hours the other way. So how much is our time worth? I mean, if you take that into account of what we would, if we were working, what we make broken down in an hour.
Breaking down?
Breaking down in an hour. And we've got 12 hours times 2. So there's 24 hours between the two of us. I'm just saying, the trade-off. You get down there super quick, hop in a little rental car, super fuel-efficient rental car, place to stay.
Yep. Sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay. You hear that, folks? She just gave me permission. She said, let's do it. I'm booking it.
Because I'm just done with it. You're going to do what you want to do anyway.
Well, I do it for us.
Oh.
It's not just for me.
Oh, because it's for us, it makes it so much better, though, right?
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, happy wife, happy life.
Well, that is accurate, though.
I mean, if we rolled up and I was like, hey, honey, we're hopping on this private jet to go to Tennessee.
If you, like, surprised me and it was a whole trip, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'd be like, I hit the lottery, guys.
Exactly. And you're sitting over here like, oh, it's fucking guy math.
No, I was asking if that was what it was.
Yeah, it's guy math, but it's also real math.
It's math.
It's math. The math is mathin', okay?
I don't math very well.
It's all right.
Thank God somebody does.
Yeah. One of the main reasons you keep me around. I keep the numbers straight.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Facts on facts.
Facts on facts.
So, what else we got?
What did you find on Walmart today
You guys.
that Mom wants us to buy now?
Oh, that's not what I got all excited about.
Okay, there's multiple things. What else did you find?
I did find my Red Bull,
Yes.
and I was so excited about that.
Yep.
That's what I got real excited about. But no, so I've been wanting a hot tub because I'm old.
Yeah.
And I hurt.
We hurt. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's always about us, right? We hurt. So anyway, we've always wanted a hot tub. And I just happened to run across this one on Walmart.com. As you can imagine, it was superb.
It's real nice, Clark.
Real nice. It was an inflatable one. And I got real excited. I did get real excited about it. And I was like, we should get it. It's only $325 or whatever it was. My mom goes, I've never been in.
Brenda?
I've never been in a hot tub before. And I was like, it's so nice. Like, if you hurt, your muscles hurt, whatever. And she goes,
Headaches, yeah.
sign me up. I'll give you $100 check right now. I said, pump the brakes, Mom.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes
Pump
for a
the brakes,
second.
Brenda.
Yeah, hold on.
I was like, this is an inflatable one. Like, you can't actually set up in it. You have to set, like, and I had to show her. And she was like, I said, let's just wait a second and we'll actually get a real one.
I mean, I could make one. I could do a stock tank hot tub. I could make one.
I know, but that's still uncomfortable when you're old.
Well, that's why you just get the formed, like, fiberglass chairs that you put down in there that you can sit on.
No, I think I'll just be buying me a real one, honey.
I was saying, a stock tank, I could put the vents in.
I tried to get you to make me a stock tank pool. First of all, and second of all, you think we're going to keep them dogs, especially dirt, out of that?
That would be funny as hell.
She wouldn't come out of it all summer long. She'd be like just laying in there living her best life. That's gross. No, thank you.
You don't want to go swimming with the puppies?
I do not.
Oh.
It's gross.
Well, when I get the deck done, we'll have a full-on staircase right up to the pool. That'll be fun.
Oh, God.
We gonna have swimming puppies this summer.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. And then we ain't gonna have a pool very long.
Nope, it's going to be gone.
They gonna tear it up.
Yep.
As soon as they realize they can get in it, they're gonna be like, wee.
Up and wee.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. We're screwed.
Oh, yeah. We probably shouldn't do that, you know.
Well, you know why we're doing it?
Why?
To make it safe for Mom to get in and out of it.
That's true. Poor Brenda.
So I'll just have to make some kind of gate or some extra bullshit to keep
Brenda, to keep
well,
her out.
Well, to keep her and the dogs out, you know.
Oh, shit. She's something else.
No, I don't know. I got lots of I got all the projects this summer.
You really do.
I got all the
It
projects.
sounds like so much fun. I hope you have fun with that.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, honey.
What?
Just remember when we go to Menards, you get to come help.
You know, I'll help with that.
Yeah, hauling lumber.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'll supervise otherwise.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Unless I need help lifting something.
And then I will help you.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm out.
No, yeah.
No.
And honestly, once I get the main structure of the deck, the main frame built, I don't need much help anyways.
Especially my help.
Nope.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So mean.
No, I don't want to cut you loose with power tools. Like, we're still, like, we've moved up to, like, you have your own drill and things
I
like
thought
that.
my power tool privileges had been reinstated.
Partly. I don't necessarily want to cut you loose with like circular saws.
I didn't fucking know it was partly anything.
I didn't want to cut you loose with like circular saws and big fucking sliding miter saws and shit like that. I feel like those remove appendages very quickly.
I feel like you're mean. This is mean.
I'm just looking out
You're
for your safety.
being mean to me.
I'm looking out for your safety.
One time, guys. You have an accident one time. And you don't even get power tools back anymore.
But the funny thing is, I'm like, hey, honey, you want to use the table saw or you want to learn how to do this or whatever? And you're like, nope.
You pick the worst times, I'm sure. Like when I'm tired and shit. And no, I don't want to lose an appendage or a finger or a digit.
Digiti.
Ew. Is that what you call it?
No, I just...
Oh, okay. I thought that was like plural for a second for digits. And then I was like, that's not right. There's a lot of thinking going on there.
I know. That rocket launched. That was like a SpaceX rocket, like right there.
Wow. Wow. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Okay. Yep. So all the projects, I got a deck to build. I have a garden area to build. I got trees to plant. I got all the things to do. And then I still got to do all the interior renovations, too.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. After I, just set up your craft space and built your closet. And,
You're awesome, babe.
yeah.
I believe in you.
I am Bob Vila, reincarnate.
Oh my God. Don't start that.
What? You don't want to be part of the BBV club?
Nope, I don't.
The boring Bob Vila club?
No, that cracks me up though.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. That's that night I tried to get you to bring that whole tub of cheese.
Yeah, fucking tub of cheese, like a 1 gallon tub of cheese. Liquid cheese.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it, but I tried to get him to.
Well, you were like laying in bed, you were like tired, you weren't feeling the greatest, and you were like, will you bring me the tub of liquid cheese?
No, I asked you to bring me something else, and you're like, what do you want? And I was like, oh, I forgot we had the tub of cheese. And he was like, no.
No.
And I said, please.
Why would you want a tub?
Why wouldn't
of liquid
you?
Cheese?
Why wouldn't you?
I've never seen the appeal to it.
Then why don't you love yourself?
Oh, I do, just with
Clearly
other
you
things
don't.
other than liquid cheese.
I love liquid cheese, man. That's the white trash in me speaking.
We talked about that on an episode
Yeah.
one time, like walking into somebody's house and like, well, how did you know they were rich?
Yeah,
or
and it
felt
was
like they were rich?
Kraft singles.
Or they had like the cheese dispenser pump,
Oh, I
or
do
like the
remember you
condiment
said
dispenser
that.
pumps.
Yeah, I never knew anybody that had that. That
Yeah.
was way outside of my league.
Like, hey, they're going to have a pool party. Let's break out the dispenser pumps.
Yeah, no, I didn't know anybody that had those.
Yeah.
But the cheese, if you had Kraft single slices, you were rich.
Yeah. So why don't we have them now?
We did, but then...
Oh, wait, they got eaten.
By the dogs.
Yeah.
A lot, because meds had to be rolled up in them.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
I did ask for something weird today, though, from the grocery. It was a little blast from the past.
All right, what was that?
The Parmesan cheese in a can.
Yep.
And
The
y'all,
little clear plastic.
he didn't even spring for Kraft. He brought me straight up Kroger brand.
Damn straight.
Jesus. This is why we can't have nice things.
Like here, if you are going to revisit poverty, you're gonna revisit
Poverty.
You're gonna revisit the whole fucking thing, okay?
Poverty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here,
get out of here.
Kroger Parmesan cheese in the plastic container that has the dispenser on
I
the
at
top.
least did want Kraft, but that's okay.
But you never said anything. If you would have designated, hey, I really want Kraft Parmesan cheap cheese.
Cheap cheese.
Cheap cheese.
Noted. Noted.
I would have gotten Kraft brand.
Cheap cheese.
But you said, I want the really poverty-stricken
I didn't say
Parmesan cheese that's already in a fucking container. Not even refrigerated.
that. Nobody said
Like, it's the
poverty
dry room temperature shit, okay?
cheese. First of all, I don't need your judgment.
There's no judgment.
I don't appreciate it.
There's no judgment. I lived in poverty. I understand poverty. I get it. Like, that shit was bomb. Like, put that on some fucking spaghetti. Put it on some SpaghettiOs with the fucking Franks and beans. Like,
Oh, gross.
put it on in there.
Gross.
Yeah, mix it on up. All right. Here, SpaghettiOs.
Ugh.
Crack the can. Throw them in a bowl.
Did you microwave it?
Nope.
Oh, you're so gross.
Because they're already pre-cooked. What does it matter?
It's gross.
Straight to the bowl. Every once in a while I'd microwave it, but I didn't like the mess that it would create in the microwave. And even though they're like, yeah, just lay a paper towel over the top, it still created a fucking mess.
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, pop the top, throw it in a bowl, snack time.
Nope. Definitely nope.
But then you're like the ramen queen.
Oh, yeah. Well, we made ramen when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, that was a big thing when I was a kid.
Right. I'm still waiting. We really, you know what we need to do? We need to break out, and they've still got it. The Stouffer's Salisbury steaks, where you can get the pan of them, where they're like laid over on each other.
I won't be eating that, but you sure can.
And that brown gravy all over the top of it. I remember that from my childhood. That was good eating back then.
We never ate that.
Yep.
But also, I guess I should note, like, I grew up poor on a farm. You grew up poor in the city.
Right.
So we ate ramen because we liked it. It wasn't because we were poor. Like, it wasn't because that's all we had, I guess.
And I won't say that we grew up in poverty, or I grew up in poverty, or like super poor or anything, but you know, my family, my parents were frugal. They worked for a living. They busted their butts to try and have a better life, and
well, same. We weren't. I won't say poor, but we definitely lived on a budget, for sure.
Exactly. And it was one of those things where it's like, instead of spending the extra money on the ground beef, we would have the Spam casserole. We would, have the Spam helper.
Spam helper.
Yeah, instead of hamburger helper, they're like, fuck that, we're throwing Spam in it.
How does that work? Do you dice it up? Do you slice it up?
Yep, you dice it up into little chunks.
Oh, okay.
And then you put a light sear on it, and then you throw it in with everything else, and then cook it all up at the same time, and it cooks it all the way through.
Interesting.
Yeah, you don't want it to you don't want it to be too rubbery, and you don't want it to be too tough.
Gotcha.
So you cook it with the pasta and the mixture and all that other stuff.
That sounds terrible. I won't lie to you.
But the Salisbury steak, the Stouffer's Salisbury steak dinner, yeah. Not the individually wrapped ones. Like, it was the 7 or 8 of them in a tray that you bake in the oven for 45 fucking minutes. Yeah. And you'd pull the plastic off, all this other stuff. But when you pulled them out, it looks like the plastic melted on them because the gravy actually kind of
congealed
a little bit. So it has that skim coat over the top of it.
Oh, gross.
Oh, that was the good stuff right there.
So gross.
That was tasty.
The worst at my house was a convenience meal was a Stouffer's lasagna.
Yeah. And we had those too. Yeah.
And we would have a salad and stuff with it. But that was my mom's convenience meal right there.
Yeah. A lot of times we would have, what was it, a lemon zest chicken that was, basted in the fridge for a day or two that, just let it all soak in.
Ew.
And then we would put it on the grill and overcook it so it was charred and
nice and rubbery.
A little dry. A little
dry.
That lemon tasted real good when it's super dry.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yep.
I'm so jealous.
A little crispy chicken snack.
Crispy chicken snack.
You're welcome.
Oh, my God.
And we would always take the cheap cheese and lay it over the top, too.
Cheap cheese?
Yeah, we didn't get the Kraft singles. We would get the Kroger brand ones.
They don't melt as well.
No. No. That's not the good melty cheese.
No,
by any means.
It's really not.
That's you can throw it on a hamburger while it's still on the grill, and you can pull it off, and it
still
ain't fucking melted. That hamburger is burnt to a crisp, and that cheese just sitting there hello.
Just same square.
Yeah, you might have the ends that got a little burnt and dipped down, but the actual center of the cheese is still fucking cold.
It might still be cold. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, doesn't matter how much you grill it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You got me laughing so hard.
Well, good. I'm glad I can do something for you.
Over cheap cheese.
Cheap cheese?
Cheap cheese and jets. Not jet skis, though.
No.
I feel like I'd kill myself on a jet ski on accident.
You know what? Okay. So maybe for our 20th anniversary, it'll be a private jet filled with tubs of cheese.
And jet skis?
When we get there.
Okay. I mean, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
If we make it.
I'll probably be dead by then. Let's be honest.
That's not what I meant.
Another 10 years.
I mean, I may have killed you.
Very possible. Very possible.
Probably shouldn't say that on here. We don't need witnesses.
Insurance will cover it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, good thing there's life insurance. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh. Wee.
Yep.
I can't with you.
I know. But no, seriously, like 10 years, that seems like a long ways away.
It does. But then the last 10 years don't feel like it's been that long. Does that make sense?
It's like kind of flown.
Life has a funny way of doing that, you know it?
Yeah.
I may have had a baby Jesus meltdown the other day.
Why?
I don't know. Like, something hit me, and I was thinking about the man-child, and I was just like, I didn't know. This is so sad. I was like, I didn't know the last time he sat on my lap, like when he was a kid, was going to be the last time. And I was just like, and I ugly cried.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I mean, hey, I get it. And that's the thing. Like, you have a very different dynamic with it because, I mean, you birthed him.
Yeah.
You know, I've only been around for the last 10 years with him. So it's very different.
Yes. It is, but it's not. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have that, last time he sat on my lap or, anything like that,
That just made me really sad.
Yeah, I get it. But he's grown and he's doing his thing and
doing grown things.
Yeah. Working his butt off.
Yeah, I am proud of him though.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And I guess he's got a Jeep now.
He did buy a Jeep.
Jeep Life?
I don't know. I think he's going to lift it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real excited about it. I'm glad.
Cool. Yeah.
Like, hey, there's your hobby.
Yeah, I mean, he loved it when we were working on the old Wrangler and even when I was working on your most recent one. Like,
that's what I was going to ask about.
What?
I really found it interesting how you sold Mike and Kate a Bronco.
Yes, which, by the way, thank you guys.
And then suddenly there's a whole trip planned around us having a Bronco that we don't even have.
Yet.
Okay.
Yet.
And who's paying for this? Because it ain't me.
Well, this is a we thing.
Oh, I like how that happens.
This is a we thing.
Suddenly it's a we thing again.
Yeah. I mean, all I'm going to say is if I bring one home, you're probably not going to be mad about it.
I don't know. We'll see. But you and her planned this whole trip to Madison, Indiana?
Yeah.
With these Broncos.
Yeah.
That we don't own.
Yet. I mean, it sounds like a great time. I'm all for it.
Oh, they were too.
Yeah, they're still all for it. Like, Mike's all about it. He's like, bro, you need to get this. Let's go.
Bet they are.
Yeah.
My wallet, not so much.
My wallet, not so much either.
He said,
But I'll just keep my eyes out for a used one. I'll just wait for a cheaper one to come in because I like the cheap.
Cheap.
Yep.
Cheap cheese.
Yep. But I will say, as long as we've been like kind of a Wrangler, like a Jeep family.
Yeah.
Like after spending some time with them, because originally I wasn't very excited by them.
Mm-hmm. I like them.
I like the way they look, but I wasn't excited by them, if that makes sense.
I get it. But
after driving it and experiencing it and seeing its capabilities and all this other cool shit that it can do, I'm pretty sold on them. They're pretty fucking cool. Not gonna lie.
FML.
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it big and just get the Raptor Bronco. That's the bad boy.
I bet it is. I'm sure it comes with a bad boy price tag too.
I mean, I can buy it at like 20 grand off.
What is it? Still 40?
No.
What is it?
Add quite a bit.
Okay. Yep. We're not buying that one.
Yeah, I think even with the money off, it's still like 80 grand.
Yeah. No, we're definitely not doing that.
But it'd be fun.
You can get a cheaper version.
Hey, big dreams.
You need to buy the Temu version.
The Temu version. Damn it. So what? I need to go get a Power Wheels?
Yeah.
Oh,
go Power Wheels.
Yeah. Theme song.
It really was.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get something eventually. We need to find a toy. We need something to dick around with in the summer.
I sent you an Aston Martin I was obsessed with.
How much was that?
I think it was 20.
Oof, that's still a lot of money.
It only had 19,000 miles on it.
Right, which means it's like 60 years old and it's only got 19,000 miles on it, which means it's mostly sad. So it probably needs a lot of work. Just looks pretty.
Minor details.
No, I want to find something cheap and fun.
Yeah.
Like just to bullshit around in and if it gets wrecked or hit something or, don't matter because it's cheap and it's fun.
I really don't want to hit anything, but
I know we didn't want to in the Mustang we used to have either, but
I can't believe you'd bring that up at a time like this.
at a time like this.
I'm out here fighting for my life, and that's what you're going to do to me. It got a little dramatic, but still.
Yeah. Is that Tactical Rooster going to come get me?
It will.
Yeah. The Tacticock?
It's an angry cock.
Yeah, it's a Tacticock.
This is my favorite t-shirt.
I know.
And I have it in gray and black.
I know. Last time we were at Black Rifle Coffee Company down in Tennessee, I was like, yeah, buy them all. Buy every color.
I did, too.
Yep. So your ADD
made me feel better.
Yeah, it gets all the colors.
I got to buy the same thing in every color. That's just who I am as a person.
Yeah.
That's why I have 5 pairs of the same boot.
Yeah. In the box.
Yep, in the boxes.
Yep.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep.
We all have our little tisms.
Risen with the tism.
Hey, Lord knows I have my own tisms, for sure.
You do. That's for sure.
Yeah, like charter jets and, math and those things, trying to...
Guy math.
Yeah, just trying to even it out and make it work.
Ugh. I can't with you.
I know. So on that note...
Yes. Guys, we had a blast. It was kind of nice just to get to catch up again.
Yeah.
Because, little things have been happening. And all of a sudden, Jason has this caviar taste on a beer budget.
Really, it's like a fucking Gatorade budget. It ain't even beer.
It ain't even Natty Ice.
No. The old Keystone Light.
Ew, gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
No, we're not fucking with that.
No. But next episode, like we said, we have some fun things happening. Mm-hmm. And we for sure have one guest, possibly 2.
Yeah. It might be going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going down.
You got to get some bass to your voice.
I don't have any.
It's going down.
Oh well, there it is,
just
guys.
Get it down there.
I can't. But anyway, we look forward to seeing you is what I was going to say, but I guess we don't see you. Talking to you the next time.
We need to make that happen.
We do need to make that happen.
Yep. We do.
And with that, we out.
Bye.
Bye. Jason.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Make sure to share and like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Adventures of E and on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Adventures of E. See you next time.